Hi guys, welcome to Souls Know Evolution. Thank you so much, if we can pick these cards up, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. This is going to be your daily divination for whenever it is that you are tuning in to the channel. Right, this is going to be, I've said it with the last reading, this is definitely the last reading that we're doing out of this deck. I was going to stop at the last one, and then I've done 7 readings out of each deck before we sort of rotate, and I'm like, just because the messages have been heavy, the messages have been pretty deep, doesn't mean that you need to cut it short. So this is the last message from this deck, and we're going to put it away until the next cycle and I've decided, I've left a link in the description box to a wish list on Amazon for oracle cards. So if anyone's wanting to donate to the channel, all of the donations would go towards me purchasing new decks anyway. So if anybody wants to help me out, support the channel, show some love, or an exchange of energy for the readings that I'm providing, then please do check out that wish list. It would mean the world. The more oracle decks that we get, the more readings, or the more variety and, diversity, that's the word, within the readings that we'll get over here. So, looking for one card out of the, and this is the Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. We have one card for the collective for today, please. And I've discovered this shuffling in this way is so much easier. I've got pretty big hands, so I feel like I was destined to be a reader, to hold these huge cards. But yeah, the other way, it's even a stretch for me. So, card for the collective. Card for the collective for today, please, Spirit. That one wants to come out. Right, okay. See what we've got. Wow. It says transitions to the realm. No, transitions to the spirit realm. Angel de los... I don't know how to say that. It must be Spanish or Portuguese. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm getting that... what's that festival or ceremony that they have in... I don't know if it's Mexico. Like, is it the Day of the Dead? I'm not sure, but I'm getting that kind of energy or those kinds of vibes with these schools and the bright colours. Transitions to the spirit realm. Card number 16, which reduces down to a 7, which is a very, very spiritual energy. What we got at the bottom of the deck? Powerful, I can't read today. Mercury is retrograde as I'm recording this. I'm kind of about, I don't know, a month ahead from when you see them, from when I've recorded them. So we're bang smack in the middle of Mercury retrograde, and yeah, my mouth isn't working. Powerful personal growth, Nautilus Princess. Right, okay, so I'm seeing this in 2 ways. We've got transitions, we've got personal growth. So the Death card, as I was alluding to at the beginning, Death card in the tarot speaks about transformation, change. It's an energy of rebirth, having, reached the end of one particular cycle, and there's like a bit of an ego death. And then there is, a letting go, a liberation, a releasing of the old so that you can step into a new cycle. So you may be on some sort of personal growth journey, a healing journey, an ascension journey. There's a journey that we're all on, and it's going to be individual. But you may be sort of reaching the end of a particular cycle. So this transition into the spirit realm, you could be stepping more into, your spirituality or your spiritual gifts. For others of you, there may actually be a physical death that you've had to deal with, and if that is the case, then my condolences go out to you, and I'm sending you lots of love. Now, as I was saying, card number 16, this reduces down to a 7, and that's a very, very spiritual energy. So you're either, like I say, having to deal with a transition in the physical 3D, could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be somebody that you know, or this is you sort of having an not a literal death, but an ego death, a big release, a big change within yourself to move in a more spiritual direction, or to step onto a more spiritual path. Right, I'm going to pull some charms. And we've had, let me take my crystals out of there for cleansing. Yeah, I've had a delivery, so we've got some new charms in the mix. So we'll have to see what comes out now. Right, okay, we've got, oh yeah, I don't need a life, I have many lives. So that's kind of alluding to, like I said, that ending of one cycle or life cycle and stepping into the, you know, a new chapter, an essence of who you are now, having shed the old. We've got a cupcake, we have a cross, okay, we have graduation, yep, and that shouldn't be in there, but I'm going to keep it in there. That's just one of my cleansing crystals. We have the spider. We have missing you as I walk down the aisle. Right, okay. And we have a car. Right, okay, so I'm going to where I'm being called to go first, and that was with if you are dealing with an actual transition or death or a passing of somebody in your 3D reality. With this coin that's come out here, missing you as I walk down the aisle, so that could be a mother, a father, or somebody that would play, you know, a significant role in your wedding. So it feels as though you're either at a milestone or a big chapter of your life, and this may not have been a recent transition, or it may be, it's going to be different for everybody, but you may feel as though, you know, a person isn't going to be able to be with you on a special day, if this is making any sense, and this isn't going to be relevant to everybody. But if that is the case, it's like with these three charms in a line here, I don't need a life, I have many, and then we have this cross. So it almost feels as though this person is still going to be with you, but of a, you know, in a different form, if this is making any sense. You know, the physical body may die, but the spirit is what continues to, if live is even the word, but to exist. And it just takes on, well, it doesn't take on a different form, but it leaves the body and it still is able to communicate. It's exactly what I'm doing now in terms of these messages are coming from the collective through me tapping into my ancestors, through me tapping into my spirit guides, through me tapping into, you know, a 5D connection. So that person, they may not be here physically, but they are with you in spirit, especially, like I say, if you have a wedding, a graduation, something that you are celebrating in your 3D world. This person is going to be with you in spirit form. Their essence is still going to be there. They are still going to be sort of watching over you. It's a very, very specific message. Now, for others of you where this change, this transition is within yourself, and there is an ego death, and again, it's like you have sort of reached the end of a level with this graduation coin here. I'm just looking at the video game reference with this like handset, or what do you call it? I don't know. The controller. That's it. It's sort of saying to me that you've reached the end of a level in a game. You know, you get to fight like in Mario. That's the only game that from my youth that I even remember playing a lot of. And at the end of a level, you sort of have to battle the big boss, don't you? And when you battle the big boss, it's like you move on to the next level. And there's a graduation here. So it feels as though you're leveling up. You're stepping out of an old cycle. I don't want to keep going over it. We've spoken about this whole death card and the meaning of that. But it's you letting go. It's you having learnt the lesson. It's you having acquired all of the skills that were necessary on that previous level, which sort of opens up, you know, the next set of levels that you can play or that you can access, or you may now be able to, oh, I don't want to make it so airy-fairy, but, you know, tap into or collect, you know, new powers within the game, or you may have access to more skills or more things that you can do as you transition and move on to this next level. Right. Now, there's movement for you as well, forward movement, whether, like I said, this is something that you're celebrating, you're reaching a milestone or celebrating a significant chapter of your life. For others of you, this is like networking. So things are moving forward with your, like I say, your reach, your ability to connect to other things now that you've reached that next level and that you're leveling up. Now we've got this cake here. And I'm just getting from that, like, it almost feels like if this is a person that's passed over, like in the physical, from the physical into the spiritual realm, it feels as though they're asking you not to be bitter They're wanting you to take the sweetness from, your experience, from your relationship with you as you continue to move forward, as you level up. They don't want you to be bitter about something. And again, if this is you leaving an aspect of yourself behind, an ego death, some sort of internal transformation, then again, it's about you like I said, learning the lessons. And once you've learnt the lessons, there's no bitterness that's attached to that. You can see the sweetness even in, the experiences that were negative, so to speak, quote unquote, or the experiences that were bad. It's like, yeah, I'm just getting a sweetness for you to sort of to take the sweetness or remember the sweetness, or to make that the thing that you buy into, rather than you falling into grief. You're going to grieve, whether this is a physical death or a death of the ego. It's part of the process. But ultimately, to keep moving forward, it's remembering the sweetness, remembering the good memories, but also transmuting any negative energy that you have and turning it into turning it into something more positive, more palatable for you to recall. I don't know where that was going, but like I said, the messages out of this deck are so deep. And I've got 2 more decks from the same creator. I'm kind of scared to use them. But we will. I don't have that many, so we're going to have to, before we cycle back round to the beginning. So, let's get some letters. We have an N, we have a G, we have an A, a D, an O, another N. So for some of you, this could be a Nan, like a grandma energy. We have 2 G's now, a U, an S, and an A. It could be a grandparent, and it could be a dad. But these are your letters. And like I said, from me looking at them, I'm just getting like relatives. So like I said, in particular, Nan, Dad, grandparent, but more particularly granddad. I'm not really getting much maternal energy other than grandma from here. But like I said, these are your letters. You can see if there are any, what's the word? Yeah, see if you get any intuitive hits, acronyms, initials, letters, or names, words, whatever. But I'm going to pop these to the side and read out of the book. Let me see where I've put it. Right, guys, I'm back. I can't find the book to go with the oracle deck anywhere. I've searched the whole house. And I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. I don't want to blame Safi, because I keep all of my cards and books on, a couple of shelves well above her reachable height. So what I'm going to do is I will Google it, the definition, and I will leave it in a pinned comment at the top. So if you want to actually read the definition, if this reading is resonating, because like I said, it's not going to resonate with everyone, I'm going to leave that in the description or the comment section actually. So I'm going to wrap that up. Like I said, I've kind of been away from the reading for a hot minute whilst I ran around the house looking for it, and I can't find it anywhere, which is absolutely bizarre. But it feels to me, we didn't really talk about the card or the energy at the bottom of the deck, and it says powerful personal growth. So it feels like whatever it is that you are dealing with in terms of this transition, whether an actual transition or death, or like I say, a personal transition within yourself, it is going to lead to your personal growth. So remember that muffin or that cake and that car that speaks about forward movement. There's a point and a purpose to everything that we experience, even though when we're in the midst of it, it's very hard to see that. It's very hard to understand the reasons why, things are happening or unfolding the way that they have been or the way that they are. Like I said, my heart goes out and my condolences I'm sending to anyone that is actually dealing with a physical loss. And like I said, I hope that, that you can get some solace from this reading. Right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.